And happy new year. One more day until we mosey on into 2025. I'm personally very excited. I just got done with a live channeling event with my patrons, looking into some predictions for 2025. And while there was certainly quite a bit of volatility in some regard, there was also a lot of just crazy new myth making. Like, I feel like the art and the creative inspiration that's going to come out of 2025 with all of the shifts that we're going to experience, it cannot be overstated. I don't know. Just spoiler alert, like lots of new information, like lots of learning about new things in ways that we never dreamed imaginable. I'm here for it personally. So I want to take this time to kind of look into the first month of 2025 for all air signs. We're going to start with Gemini, then we're going to move to Libra and then Aquarius, just to kind of see what the vibe is. How we vibing, how we hanging in there for 2025. This could be for any strong astrological placement in your chart. So you don't necessarily have to have a Gemini sun, Libra sun. You could have a Libra Venus. You could have a Gemini rising. So listen up if any of those astrological placements belong to you. And we're going to start with Gemini. See what's coming through with Gemini. Gemini, before I even started this, I had a little bit of a download that one of you is about to become a mom. Like I felt this like stirring within my sacral. And I'm even seeing it reflected in the cards a little bit here. I'll show you the cards in a second. This might come as a little bit of a surprise. I do feel like this would happen to somebody a little bit older, so like 35 and up. And I do feel like this is something that like you wanted, but also like, oh my God, like literally the timing is kind of insane. I also feel like this is for somebody who already does have kids. So this wouldn't be your first rodeo, but it's just coming at a time where you are trying to keep things as balanced as possible. Like the Two of Pentacles is all about the mundane while still keeping our aspirations high on what is to come. I have the Lovers showing up here, which is lovely. I feel like if this child is to come into the world, they would have wonderful parents. They would have parents that really do want them here. But the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is sometimes this like aching for nostalgia, like going back to the before times. So just know that if this little bundle of love comes as a blessing, it's meant to be like this is what some people refer to as like spirit babies, like people like not just not to say that we don't have karmic links with all of our parents and whatever, but this just feels like really, really important to bring up. What else for Gemini for those who are not going to have kids for January? Who This is some tea. I have deconstruction. I have religious deconstruction for someone, and this could be for any Gemini placement, but I want to emphasize Gemini rising in Venus with this. So the Hierophant showing up, right? Hierophant being religious authority, spiritual authority. And I do typically read the Hierophant as like our own personal spiritual authority. But I have the Eight of Cups, which is about choosing to walk away from something that may have even been in your life for a long time. I have the Wheel of Fortune, some kind of cycle that's happening here. And there's the 10 of Pentacles, which is ancestry, what we inherit, our relationship to our family. I'm not feeling as much of a financial component, even though they are pentacles in this. This feels like somebody who is choosing, not because you want to, but because you have to walk away from religion. And it might not be like forever. It might be that you're shifting your spirituality, you're shifting gears into something new and different. But this might push up against your family a little bit. I don't know. I'm not feeling as much angst as sometimes I do around some of those experiences. I want to pull a clarifier for you as well, Gemini. I have here and now reversed. Gemini, rest as much as you can. There's also something about like, I don't know if one of you does really, really well with like reflexology, but something about like getting pressure points on your feet pushed might be very, very helpful for you. And they're saying something about I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, something about your musculoskeletal system, your bones, your ligaments, your muscles. Ice for one of you, maybe like an ice bath. Maybe this is like Wim Hof style cold showers. It's going to take some of the ache and the inflammation out of your body. Anything else for Gemini for January? Enjoy where you're at right now. I think some of you with Gemini placements have worked really hard to get to where you're at. Enjoy yourself. I think that's where some of that rest component is coming in. Maybe going and getting some reflexology, some body work could be really, really good for you. That's Gemini. Let's look at Libra. Libra 2025. January 2025. Let me sit with this for a second. Can you get a clarifier on this? This feels like divorce energy. I'll be real. And I'm going to pull a couple of other spreads for because this isn't going to apply to every Libra who's watching this. Let me show you what I got. Page of Swords. And this kind, you know what this feels like? I just found an email. I just found an email that they thought I wasn't going to find. And I don't think it's because you were necessarily snooping, but you might have just come upon some information that's like, oh, crap. Ouch. Honestly, this might also be about a job situation. I feel two different things coming in here, but it feels like there's something with Libra about getting some information or finding out something through an email or something they weren't supposed to see. And now they know it. And now they have to decide what to do about it. I feel like this is something you are going to be a little wise about. I feel Libra being a little strategic here, taking your time with how to approach this. I am also feeling denial about this. Seven of Swords reversed. I'm feeling like you don't want to accept that this is true. And I have mending in reversed. So here's my advice. Like I said, I'm going to pull another spread for Libra. This is going to be for everybody. But I want to invite you to just believe what you read, believe what you get. Especially if this is around a relationship that you have been trying to work with and it just keeps not flowing in the way that you want it to, whether it's a business relationship or a romantic relationship. The question coming through is, why would you want to be with somebody who continues to make it stressful to be with them? Like, why probably a trauma response. There's always a reason, right? But if there is a trauma response connected to that, that's why there's all these amazing trauma-informed modalities out there to help us with that. I'm going to pull a second spread for Libra. Similar to Gemini, there's something about rest coming in, and therapy. One of you, and this is specifically for somebody who finds themselves to be a little bit more on the masculine side of the spectrum, gender non-specific, but more like I tend to be more masculine. I tend to think more like something about going to therapy, maybe even for the first time. The King of Cups is my therapy card. This is all about heart and head resonance. This is about emotional wisdom, like really being able to kind of link both sides of the brain. But there's something about this card in particular that just feels like I'm here to just spill the tea. I'm here to like talk about my feelings, and it might be new, but it feels so good. It feels like something that you can really be like, this is why they've been telling me about this. This is why everybody's all the TikTok girlies are like, oh my God, therapy is amazing, because it is. I have the need for restoration. This also feels like a hangover. So if you are going into 2025 with a bang, lots of water, they're even saying Pedialyte. I have the Eight of Pentacles and I have Death. There is something about a potential major career shift, not just for January, but I think for all of 2025 that I'm picking up on for Libra. I'll be interested to see if this comes up in future readings. I'm almost feeling like it's time to take something to the next level, or maybe even switch gears entirely. This could be going for your PhD. This could be like, you know what? I actually, instead of doing this, I want to own my own business. I want to be a creative. I want to be in the movie industry is actually coming up really strongly for one of you in Libra. So that's fun. Anything else for Libra for 2025? If you are feeling like you want to engage with your creativity, I pulled a lot of pages. I want to say it was for, oh my gosh, was it fire signs? There's a lot of page energy coming in for January, which makes a lot of sense because it's like the start of a new year, getting curious about how we would like to explore, do things differently. So I think that makes sense. Last but not least, Aquarius. Aquarius. What do we got going on for January of 2025? There's more divorce energy coming in here. Y'all, show you. They're saying something about butter your bread, now you sleep in it. Aquarius, two things, because this could go either way. Um, if you have made choices in the past like 8 months or so, 8 to 10 months, that you know might have had consequences, January might be when those consequences catch you. It's not a threat. It's just a learning experience of, I've gotten away with it for this long, and now it sneaks up on you. On the other hand, nope. I don't think there is another hand. I think I'm just going to give you that. Four of Pentacles. Um, in this case, I'm reading it as keeping something close to your chest, like holding something precious very close to you. I have the King of Wands. This feels like whoever catches you with your hand in the cookie jar. Oh, I have Justice showing up here. The Knight of Cups reverse. There is no getting out of this, and the Nine of Swords. This feels like I've been caught with my hand in the cookie jar. This could also be somebody with a teenager, catching that teenager doing something. I don't know. That King of Wands doesn't feel terribly threatening. I think you've got to be more mindful, Aquarius. I'm going to pull a couple more for Aquarius as well, because this isn't for all of you. It's fun to bend the rules sometimes. It's fun to push our own boundaries sometimes. But if you've been messing around, there's something about keeping secrets. At some point, it's almost like you're daring reality to see how much you can get away with. You will get caught. You may as well sort of like scale some of that. I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be humor in this. I'm not like worried that this is necessarily going to lead to some kind of divorce situation, although that was the energy I was picking up on initially. Mind your manners, Aquarius. Mind your manners. Let's do a second spread for any Aquarians that did not resonate with. Okay. Tell me about the Judgment card being in reversed, please. It's rare that I have reversals. Judgment reversed. Three of Swords. I've been pulling the Three of Swords a lot for the start of 2025. I'm wondering if this isn't something that's happening collectively, and I don't want you guys to worry about it. It could just be an invitation to look at ways in which we still have yet to heal, specifically through the heart space, because Judgment reversed is like awakening reversed. I am feeling exhausted. You know what this feels like to me? You know what this feels like to me? This feels like an Aquarian who's like, I'm good with the spiritual awakening, bro. I'm good. Like I have been through it. I've been wrung out like a freaking lemon. There's no juice left. For all of the air signs, I'm getting this need for like restorative rest. Page of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. There's a lot with like families and kids coming through for you guys, because the Page of Cups feels like, mom, like look at what I did, like look at this cool thing that I did. And I feel like the Nine of Pentacles is you being a rad parent and being like, you're right, you did that, that's because you're my kid. So here's the message for that second group in for Aquarius. If you're tired, if you are burnt out from this, if you want to call it the ascension, if you want to call it awakening, if you want to call it healing, whatever you want to call it, 2024, focus on, if you have kids, focus on your kids. Give them as much love and time and attention as you possibly can, especially kids in the United States. They need us showing up. They need us being there for them. I can't imagine being a child right now. I never had to grow up with drills, like the ones that they have now. I never had to experience that, which, and it's just, it's hard. It's tough out in them streets, man. So we need parents to show up for our kids and really like give them as much validation as we can. Those of you that don't have children, invitation to work with the child self, the inner child, nourishing the part of you that wants to feel connected to your highest good, even though spiritually, I just feel like Aquarius is exhausted. With Pluto in the first degree of Aquarius as well, that's not surprising. Anything else for Aquarius? Put on some music. Kind of same thing for all you air signs or anybody with strong air sign placements. Go take care of yourselves. January 2025, rest as much as you can. Eat good food. Go get a massage. Go sit in a hot tub for a while. Like, take care of yourself. I keep hearing nourish yourself, nourish yourself, nourish yourself. Because February, something changes, something shifts. It must be Mars coming out of retrograde, and things are going to feel a lot more like it's go time. So take January to chill, enjoy yourselves. I hope you have a wonderful start to January 2025, and I will see you next time. If you guys want to connect more, you can check out my Patreon. You can check out my booking link for one-on-one appointments. Feel free to shoot me a DM. I'd love to work with you. Otherwise, Happy New Year. See you guys next time.